This video has been sponsored by Masked DX on YouTube. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. Zootopia, one of Disney's most successful animated films that captured the hearts of young kids, adults, and especially the furry fandom who seems to absolutely love making Judy Hopps thick and Nick Wilde a femboy. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just calling it like I see it. Community aside, the movie was a massive success, so much so that not only are we getting a sequel, which I don't know what to make of the sequel, guys. I just don't know. Also, why the flying fuck are we getting this so damn late? We should have got this sooner! But it would also garner a shit ton of fan creations, such as artwork, stories, music, and even comics. Yes, even that comic that everyone always talks about and memes about and always makes jokes about, but no, that is not the topic of today's video. I refuse to talk about this damn comic. What we have today is something very interesting and, oddly enough, is also something that I can relate to in a ton of ways. Before we talk about that, though, let's talk about a certain someone who will be the main reason for why this topic is even being discussed today. Enter Brown Table, a YouTube channel that specializes in animation and media. This channel has been around for over 10 years, with most of his older videos reviewing and talking about different movies and possible sequels, and basically anything that piqued his interest. However, on March 6, 2016, he would put out a video speaking on the Disney film Zootopia, where he would speak very highly of the film, and then later follow up on it with another video on March 26, 2016, where he would speak about the many possibilities of a sequel to Zootopia. This one video will garner over 200,000 views, at least at the recording of this video, and honestly, it would only go much further for him. Fast forward 2 months later on May 20th of the same year, where a little teaser trailer for a special little fan project would be uploaded to the channel. Introducing Return to Zootopia, a fan sequel film. At the time, a sequel to Zootopia was far from happening, with the official sequel not being shown until 2025. So this was honestly the perfect time to showcase what could be done for another story in Judy and Nick's life. Thus, he began to work, and work, and work, and work, until finally, 2 years later, the first episode of the fan film would be released. And to no surprise, people loved it. That's not me saying that it was just because of the fact they weren't getting any sort of content at all, no. In fact, the actual fan film is honestly a good watch. This is coming from someone who can be critical about a lot of things, especially media, but this was actually a very good watch, and the plot, though maybe a little too dark for a sequel to a kids movie, at least nowadays, still stands on its own as a huge staple and a good addition to the Zootopia community. People now can just watch the full hour and 53-minute-and-a-half fan film in its entirety. No cuts, no waits, no nothing. I was one of those people, by the way. So with that bit of history out of the way, now we can really talk about the Zootopia fan film, Return to Zootopia, created by the YouTube channel Brown Table. As stated before, Return to Zootopia is a fan sequel that takes place a few months after the events of the official film. The story delves deep into the relationship between Judy and Nick, and I do mean that they really delve super deep into these characters. Like, we're seeing these two banter, make light flirtatious remarks to each other, and more, which we'll get into later. These two end up having a look into what seems to be a normal break-in, only for there to be something deeper that the two need to uncover. Essentially, the mystery thickens and comes out to be something worse than what Bogo was saying. Which, quick tangent, Bogo in this film is insufferable. I'm looking at this man with the biggest, most obvious, flagrant, manifestly exasperated face anytime he opens his mouth. He pissed me off so much. Like, why can't we get a police chief like the one in Psych? Because if we had her, no one would be upset or looked over. This person looked at Sean and was listening at Sean, or listening to Sean, even when he was going absolutely insane. We have that in Zootopia. The police will get everybody. Now, that's a good segue into the characters, though. Characters in this fan film are fairly one-to-one with the original characters in the Disney film, which is a very good sign that he understood the characters and their motivations. even all the way down to the voice choices, which are very, very well executed. The characters are portrayed greatly. But what about the original characters? One of the characters that is shown and delved into is the character of Miles Walker. He's a bunny that's looking to become the new mayor of Zootopia, and not to my surprise, ends up becoming interested in Judy. I mean, everybody is interested in Judy. Have you seen the artwork that's been made of her? Like, I'm looking at you, freaking person I'm going to put on the screen. Also, I'm saying this with my full heart. She dodged a bullet there, not getting with that person. I'll explain that in a bit. Just lock in for me real quick if you don't mind. At the very least, the characters are engaging and fun to watch, not to mention fairly well acted. Now, the animation for this show feels like a moving storyboard, but that doesn't mean the animation is bad or that the art is bad. In fact, it was really endearing, and there were plenty of movements and art pieces that gave viewers all the information they needed to know what's going on. Which is, also interesting because later on in like the last 20 to 15 minutes, the whole animation just takes a huge jump forward. Like, we're actually seeing full animated movement, animated mouth flaps, and all that whatnot. It's like they just decided to lock in for the final part of the movie. And I'm looking like, oh, okay, this really shows just how far the people have gotten in their animation techniques. Like, goddamn. So, all that is great. But what about the story? The story needs to be good if you want people to be into it. Well, now we can get into that right here and now. This is my way of saying that there's a spoiler warning here, so if you want to watch first, then, go for it. But otherwise, let's get into the story. Now, as I said before, the story has Nick and Judy both look into this case where a woman ends up getting beaten down and put into a coma. While this is happening, the two are shown getting closer and closer, until Nick and Judy end up deciding to push the boundaries of what is possible in the world. And I mean in an interspecies way. These two are looking to create fox-rabbit hybrids, unknowing if this is even possible in the world. And you know what? I respect that. They're both consenting and they both like each other. If only the people in Zootopia would mind their damn business. All these people have some shit to say about their relationship. Tell me this isn't blatant racism, because this is absolute racism. This is just like a black man and a white woman trying to get together, or vice versa, in early 2000. I should know. My parents were the same way back then. Hell, even the damn soon-to-be mayor, Miles Walker, is so racist and against this that he went and outed the two's relationship during a damn speech at a homeless shelter that was soon to be open to the public. This man was hating so much that he pulled out one of the biggest no-nos in life, man. And when I say that he's one of the biggest haters, I mean it. More on that in a bit. So after the two have a falling out, break up, and then get back together again, Nick and Judy both figure out some very important information. Now, I'm paraphrasing so that you guys can watch it for yourselves. Brown Table already has a shitload of views, but if I can get more folks to watch it, then that's perfect. But Judy ends up getting the last information from the coma victim that was taken out during the break-in. And what she learns is that Miles Walker is in cahoots with the lamb monster. I don't remember his name. For what, you may ask? Well, that's simple. Motherfucker wants to snuff out the homeless. Yes, I'm not joking. Miles Walker, the man who was running for mayor, wants to remove all of the homeless in one full swoop with the help of the lamb mobster. And you're thinking, oh, that means that he wants to put them all in a house and, give them a bunch of jobs and everything? No, this man wants to snuff out, kill, remove, destroy, absolutely eviscerate the homeless in one fell swoop by killing them. When the entire job was done, however, and he becomes mayor, he'd release Bellwether to the lambs. Yep, this guy's a Bellwether glazer. My guy, understand, she's not gonna let you hit. I'm pretty sure it'd be impossible with how damn small she is. That woman will look at you, say thank you, and then walk away without a second thought. Like, dude, find some other woman to simp for. Schmuck! Back to Miles. This bitch is absolutely insane. Dude was perfectly fine gathering all the homeless and utilizing that damn purple flower from the official film to make them all go feral and kill each other. I'm over here looking like, why the hell would you do all this? One word, folks. Trauma. Turns out that not only was Miles abused by his family, mostly his father, to the point of him getting hit and knocked around and beaten to a pulp and all that shit, but it got so bad that this man burned down his home farm with his family in it. At around the age of 10, probably younger, bro killed before he hit double digits. At the very least, he was able to get some therapy. which didn't work. Turns out that the reason he was going after the homeless was due to the shit his father would spew out about the homeless, talking about how they were useless and needed to be taken out and removed and blah blah blah. Also, his name isn't Miles, it's Liam. He changed it after he left the mental institute. So after finding out this plan, Judy goes to stop him but gets caught. And no worries though, because Nick comes in and slams a damn helicopter into the machine made to disperse that crazy gas from those damn flowers, and helps to take down the lamb mob, whom I forgot the name of again, I'm not gonna lie, and goes to take down Miles. Now it seemed like he got away. Until he shot Nick in the torso. When this fan film said that it was rated PG-13, they weren't lying! Fortunately, both Judy and Nick were able to talk him down by utilizing his trauma responses and their words, rather than just a gunfight and fighting. Well, until Nick throws the meanest haymaker at his head to the point where he's knocked out cold. I mean, he straight up down smashes the poor bastard and falls out from the bullet wound in his body. At the very least, both Nick and Judy make it out of this. Both quit being police officers and open a private investigator's business right at the end. Also, since it was Mother's Day recently, Nick, Judy, and her parents have breakfast one day, and Nick's mother shows up at the end. This is not elaborated at all, by the way. This is meant to be an obvious sequel bait type of thing, but to this day, I don't think they've continued this whole AU, so it's safe to say this was just meant to be a proof of concept. So, it's still pretty cool, though. I mean, it would be nice to see where we go, but you know, if it doesn't get anywhere, at the very least, it was a very good hook for the end. This fan film is probably one of the best Zootopia fan stories that can be indulged in on the platform that is YouTube. At this point, I don't think any other story has achieved what this story was meant to do, and honestly, I don't think many would be able to, unless they went and animated a story with the same level of detail as the official Zootopia movie. And even if they did, that wouldn't be able to erase the history and achievements that it made. The plot, the characterization, the characters themselves, and even the music and singing, yes, there is a singing moment, was very, very well done. I at first thought it would be a bit of cringiness, you know, like the type of cringy type of stories that you see pop up, you know, like those weird Sonic stories, but colored me impressed to see that the story was well executed all across the board. And it's amazing to see that Brown Table has done even more in terms of animation and videos after this fan film was completed. In fact, at the writing of the script, he uploaded a video 2 weeks ago and even animated a very influential scene from one of the Superman comics. He's even created an original series called Interstellar Ranger, which is still having episodes worked on to this day. You guys should definitely check out the channel and his work. He's very talented, and I'm very impressed and proud to see what he's accomplished. From reviews, to fan series creator, to making his own amazing work, it really is a true sight to behold. Once again, thank you to MaskDX for sponsoring this video with their $100 tier video pledge. This was a joy to look into, and I already have another one that I'm super excited to talk about. Like, y'all have no idea. When I saw that that was what I was talking about for this one, I started jumping around. Like, I'm not kidding. To all you viewers, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot, and it helps the channel more than you know. A special thanks goes to my patrons: Ryan Carr, Jamil, Dom Addy, Mask Turmo, Lord Vaderion, Blaze C, Sin, Chris Stallings, Roland Cornwell, Andre Morris, Fizzy Busy, Imagine Artist, Jakey Boy, D&D Robot Wars, Carter Dunning, Daniel McGuire, GP, Aaron Beal, Joshua Sanders, love the silver PFP by the way, Darkrai Cressaleel 800, John Scott, Zachary Edge, The Big Zombie G, Luna Whisper PFP, love it, Epsilon W, Suzanne Botcher, Track Ripper, BD0018, Hot as F143, Jackal Cravenfang, Mr. McCool Fox, Noah Antonson, J Blitz 17, Irish Chimp, Joseph Golden, Timeslinger 62, Optimus Price, Ding Dong 2020, Deshaun Baker White, Malgus, I'm No Hero, Darkhammer, Ghost Train 09109, LZ 1214, Sensible M, Bond Drabeck, Cyrus Franco, Travis Wharton, Grim Reaper OOX, Toby the Lone Wolf, World Knight, Troubling Jester, Rulno, T. Chandler, The Gaming Demon, Daniel Pride, Drippin, Nero, Holden, Colt, Dark Eye, Ben Collins 246, RCD 91, Donovan Bird, Jordan, Brian Lopez, Dark Hero 87, Cobra Kai One Piece fan, Stacy Martin, Jaden Lindsay, Clayton Johnson, Emerson Adventez Smith, Alex Ramsdale, Rambo Crusader, Kevin Hoskins, Shadow, Chicken KG, Bart Wilson, Blue Dragon, Gabriel Brand, PUH, Wayne Sampson, Devil Hunter Fenrir, Jonathan Lawrence, Sly Spectre N7, Phantom X, Realist Quill 0, Brody Manson, MK, Ty, Ross of the Scots, Isaiah Alvarez, Armin Ripper, McFly 123, German Schaefer, James Malash, Void Rival 30, Delvio, Casey Benny, Darren Bard, JTC Studios, Zyper Hygor, Frisco 1523, D Fatman, Will Cook, Max M, Travian Ferguson, Richard Purchase, Chris Parker, Ace, Storm Shadow 210, Jake Spears, Blake Wolf, Nicholas Lamont James, The Mega Gamer 429, Edison 96, Nunja Business, Dimension Lord, Alex Stevens, Vulcan Lives, Mr. Craig Flame 3479, Derek Dalk, Joel James, Iron Man 73-3, Sam Hansen, Oscar Cordero, Justin Williams, Milkshake Bob, Sozin Vetres, Alex F, Ishmael Jose Antonis Arajo, Tyler Perry, Great Homage, QB Saratobi, John Jake Enrique Lyde, Toon Lord, Matt Caliber, JM Teen 316, Jordan Packenham, Joshua Clark, Kadarian, R, Ruben Watson, Savage, Chill Dragon 23, David Simmons, Jordan Rupley, Anthony 55, Blue Wolf X 217, She, Thomas Sharkey, Josh, Light OST, Core 1015, Dylan Howard, Fox Jake, Thunderbolt, I Am Zed, Foxy Randa, Jazz 316, Tanner Bontrager, Jay Bird, and David Shepard Jr. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you all have a hell of a day. That was a lot of names. I need to take a breath.